Good morning to everyone. Uh, could someone please confirm if I'm clearly audible?
Yes, Sister.
Thank you so much, brother. And would you please help me with the screen share as well, British brother?
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much again. So, today we are going to read the Avyakta Murli of 18th December 1987. In today's Murli, Baba has given the definition of karmatit stage. In this Avyakta month, we all are practicing to become karmatit with extra force because of the power of this month. So, Baba has explained how we can become karmatit and what is the meaning of karmatit. What are the thought processes or what are our actions that decides whether I am in the bond of a karma or I am in the bondage with my karma or I am with relationship in my karma. So which is in Hindi, Baba use a very nice word as karma bandhan or karma sambandh. So what is the difference in this, or which of my actions become karma bandhan and which of my actions become karma sambandh? So Baba also said that we have seen in practical in the last days of Brahma Baba, he was extremely karmatit. He was into that stage. Everyone was able to see him that he was doing his actions, but internally he was completely into the karmatit stage. So how we can attain that stage, or how we can change our thoughts, our actions, and achieve this karmatit stage, that has been explained in a very deep and proper way into today's Murli. So now we will start with the Murli. The heading of this Murli is the deep definition of the karmatit stage. Today, bodiless Bap Dada is seeing his elevated children who remain stable in the bodiless stage. Every Brahmin soul comes close to his perfect stage by having the elevated aim of becoming bodiless and karmatit. Today, Bap Dada was seeing to what extent each of you children has come close to the karmatit and bodiless stage, and to what extent you have followed Father Brahma and are still doing so. So, Baba is seeing how many of us are following Brahma Baba to attain this karmatit stage, and at what extent we are following Bab Dada, following Brahma Baba. The aim of all of you is to be close to the Father and become equal to Him. But you become number wise when it comes to doing in practically. So the aim is fixed for everyone. Everyone wants to become that. But Baba says when it comes practically, implementation, you become number wise. You saw the physical example of Father Brahma staying in that body and yet remaining bodiless. That is karmatit. We have heard from different classes, from seniors, from Dadi, Didi, and senior brothers as well, that in the last days Brahma Baba was extremely karmatit. So Baba is also mentioning that you have seen this practically, that Brahma Baba, even though he was in the body, he was remain bodiless and karmatit. So, what is the speciality of becoming karmatit? For as long as you still have that body and you are playing your part through your physical organs on this field of action, you cannot stop performing action for even a second. So Baba says, as long as you are in this body, the soul in is in the body, you cannot stop performing actions. You're always going to perform something or other. Something or other you're going to do with your physical organs. Karmatit means to be beyond the bondage of karma while performing actions. A bondage is one thing and a relationship is something else. To enter a relationship of karma through the physical organs is a different matter from being tied in a bondage of karma. So Baba says bondage of karma, that is karma bandhan, is different from coming into or entering into relationship with karma, that is karma sambandh. Karmic bondage makes you dependent on the limited fruit of karma. The word dependent proves that you are depending on someone. Those who depend on others become those who wander around like ghosts. Ghosts. What is the condition of a human being whom an evil soul has entered? He just wanders around under someone else's control. In the same way, if you are controlled by your actions, that is, if you are controlled by the desires of the perishable fruit of karma, then that karma will tie you in some bondage and continue to make you wander with your intellect. So, Baba has given a very serious example, I would rather say, because when evil soul enters in someone's body, that soul can also feel that he is, or that person is under someone else's control, cannot do things in a right way, cannot make happen or action or do any action on their own. They can feel the control of others over them. Just like that, Baba says, the bondage of karma will make you wander without any knowledge or without any essence of your life. You just feel that you are under control of your karma. That is called the bondage of karma. So when this has happened, that you're dependent on someone or you're dependent on your own karma's fruit, the action, the fruit of your action, when you're dependent on that, Baba says it makes you feel like you are being controlled by your actions. So Baba says that is called the bondage of karma that causes you distress and others too. So it's not just you who feel distressed or who is suffering from it, but others are also suffering because of your bondage of karma. Karmatit means someone who is not dependent on karma, but someone who enters a relationship, that is connection with the physical organs, as their master, as an authority, someone who is detached from temporary desires and who makes the physical organs act. Let the action not make the soul, the master, dependent, but let the soul, the one with rights, enable the organs to continue to perform actions. So basically, Baba is saying the master of you soul, the master will decide what to do or which karma you're going to perform or which act you're going to perform through your physical organs is the stage of karmatit. And the other side is you are getting affected with your karma and you are not able to perform karma according to your wish because your organs are overpowering you. That is a basically difference of karma bandhan and karma sambandh. When physical organs attract you, it means you are controlled by your actions. You are dependent and tied in bondage. Karmatit means to be beyond this, that is, to be detached from this. So, not getting attracted towards the physical organs or towards the physical actions as well. So, karmatit means to be beyond this, that is, to be detached from this. It is the work of the eyes to see. But who is it that enables the eyes to perform the act of seeing? The eyes perform the action, but it is the soul that enables that action to be performed. So it is natural habit of your eyes to see, but Baba says who make it happen? The soul, which means soul is going to decide what to see and what not to see. That is the difference that that helps or that becomes your karma bandhan or your karma sambandh. So Baba is giving the example that this seeing is the work of eyes, natural work of eyes, but what to see and how to perform, that is been decided by the soul. So when the soul that enables an action to be performed becomes dependent on the physical organs that perform the action, that is called a bondage of karma. When you become one who enables action to be performed or makes action happen, it is called entering a relationship of karma. A karmatic soul enters a relationship but is not tied in bondages. Now, Baba is explaining how we can understand that we are tied with tied into the bondages with our karma, or we are not tied. How that can be uh, confirm, or how that can be seen, or how that can be differentiated. So Baba says here, sometimes you say, I didn't want to say that, but I just said it. I didn't want to do that, but I just did it. Such a soul is said to be a soul who is controlled by a bondage of karma. Would such a soul be said to be close or far from the karmatic stage? So Baba is asking if a soul is saying these kind of words or thinking this in this way very oftenly or many times, is what is to be called, is that soul is close to the karmatic stage or is far from the karmatic stage. So we know if this is the condition, this is the state, the soul is far from this karmatic stage. Karmatit means to be beyond, that is, separate from any bondage of the body, bodily relations, materials, and lokic and alaukic relationships as well. So it's not just free from the bondage of the karma. Baba says free or separate from the body, bodily relations, materials, anything which is materialistic. Mind shouldn't be get entangled with it, and lokic and alaukic relations as well. So, not just lokic relations, sometimes we also get or create bondages with alaukic relations as well. So, Baba says, free from all these kind of things, that is the meaning of or the real how it works, the karmatic stage. Although the word used is relationship, bodily relationships or relationships with physical relatives, if there is any dependency on the body or the relatives, then that relationship too becomes a bondage. So Baba says even if it is mentioned relationship word for karma, but if your relations, your physical relations, if you are dependent on someone, on your own body or even on the relatives, dependent on them for anything, then Baba says that relation also becomes a bondage. The word relationship is one that gives you a lovely and unique experience. The relationships of all souls today have changed into bondages. Where relationships have taken on the form of bondages, those bondages continue to cause distress in one way or another. It will make them experience waves of sorrow or unhappiness. So what is the outcome or repercussions of bondages? It make you feel sorrow and unhappy all the time. And Baba says now every relation has become a bondage in this world. So everyone is always feeling or experiencing sorrow and unhappiness and expectations from relations, because everyone is wanting something from other but is not able to give them. No one is able to give the other person. So they are always feeling or experiencing the waves of sorrow and unhappiness into any of the relations in this world. Although having all temporary attainments, they would experience the happiness of those attainments temporarily. Along with along with that happiness, 1 minute they will experience being embodiments of attainment, and the next minute, although having all the attainments, they will experience the stage of a lack of attainment. Although full and overflowing, they will feel themselves to be empty. Although having everything, they will continue to experience that they need something else. And where souls constantly want something, there can never be any contentment. So Baba is giving the result, what is happening because of these bondages of the relations. Even after having everything, one feels I'm contented in a minute, the next minute the soul feels that I do not have anything, I'm completely empty from inside. So Baba says this is happening with them all the time. And when a soul is always think that it needs something, which means it is not content, or it is not in the form of contentment. It will not be possible for their minds, their bodies, or everyone else to remain constantly happy at all times. They will constantly be upset with themselves or with others due to one thing or another. Sorry. Even against their conscious wish, because to be upset means that they have not understood the significance of this. Baba says, even against their own conscious wish, they feel upset constantly with themselves as well and with others as well, with the situations as well. They will always feel upset. It means that they have not understood the significance of being one who has the right to make their physical organs act. So they basically Baba is saying they do not have understood the significance of being master of their own uh, organs, physical organs, and also their mind as well. So they are not understanding the significance, the importance, and therefore they are not able to perform it into practical. They are not able to control or master over their over themselves or over their organs. So they would then be upset, would they not? Those who are karmateet will never get upset because they know the significance of the relationship of karma and the bondage of karma. Perform actions not while being dependent, but as one who has a right, as a master. Karmatit means one who is free from any bondage of his karmic account of past karma. Even if there is some illness of the body due to the karmic account of some past karma, or if the sanskars of the self are in conflict with the sanskars of other souls, someone who is karmatit would not be controlled by any suffering of karma. So this is another aspect Baba has added into karmatit, that just bondages of their karma and relations, that's not the one, that's the one aspect. The other is if you are having any illness, bodily illness, because of your past karmic account, or conflict with the other sanskar or the soul or the other soul, Baba says someone who is karmatit would not be controlled by any suffering of karma, but as its master would be enable that account to be settled. So one who is karmatit will always be working on settling those accounts with their own body of their illness, and with the other souls as well. To settle the suffering of karma as a karma yogi is a sign of becoming karmateet. So when it feels that my that I'm when I'm feeling very easy or light or burden free, which means I'm settling my accounts with other souls, with my own body, with the situations, with everything. Baba says that is possible when you become karma yogi. So become karma yogi is Baba says sign of becoming the karmatit. With yoga, with a smile, change the suffering of karma from a crucifix to a thorn and burn it. That is, finish the suffering of karma. Like Baba says in Hindi, सूली से काटा कोई भी बड़ी समस्या हो, कोई भी at any kind of suffering, you will feel it is like from a crucifix to a thorn. सूली से काटा माने छोटा बन जाना. It will become very small for you. You are not experiencing the suffering more because you have become karma yogi, and it will finish the suffering of karma. Let it not take on any form of disease. When it becomes some form of a disease, that one would constantly continue to speak of it as a disease. He would speak about it in his own mind and also through his lips. Secondly, because of it being the form of a disease, he himself will be distressed and will also make others distressed. Such a soul will cry out, whereas someone who is karmatit will manage. Some people have only a little pain and they cry out loud, whereas others have a lot of pain and yet they manage. Because someone with a karmatic stage is the master of his body. Even though he is suffering for his karma, he will have the practice of being detached, and therefore he is not saying things out loud, he is not crying out loud, but he is able to manage things or manage the suffering because of detachment. Rather, because of detachment, he is not feeling that suffering. The body is having the pain, but the soul is not feeling that pain. That is the difference. Even now and then, the experience of the bodiless stage will take him beyond his illness. Just as when someone in pain is made unconscious with the facilities of science so that his pain is forgotten and he doesn't feel that pain due to the drowsy effect of that drug. Similarly, because someone in his karmatic stage has the practice of being detached, he has this spiritual injection every now and again. So Baba is saying who is karmatit, this is their spiritual injection that they are taking all the time, and because of that they are not feeling that pain. Just like few drugs given to a ill person to forget their pain of the body, and they don't feel it till the time they're having the effect of that drug. Same as it is, Baba says your spiritual injection will work. Then through this he experienced the crucifix to be a thorn. Another thing, by following the Father, he receives special blessings from the Father's heart as the visible fruit of being specially obedient. Firstly, their own practice of being bodiless, and secondly, the blessings from the fathers as a result of their being obedient change the illness, that is, the suffering of karma, from a crucifix into thorn. So there are two things. One, Baba says they are themselves practicing karmatic stage, and because they're practicing this, Baba is giving special sakash, special power to these souls in such situations, so that power also helps them. So it is like double dose. And then because of this double dose, Baba says the illness changes and they don't feel it. Or like Baba said, from crucifix to thorn, suffering become crucifix to thorn. An elevated karmatic soul will change the suffering of karma An elevated karmatic soul will change the suffering of karma with his stage of karma yuga. So, do you experience this, or do you feel it is a very big thing? Is it easy or difficult? To make a small thing big or to make a big thing small depends on your own stage. To be distressed or to maintain the honor of being a master depends on you. What has happened, or whatever happens is good, depends on you. So these are two different thought process. Baba says one allows you to become or to get affected or to get the bondage of karma, and other thought process makes your karma or make you in the relationship with karma, that is karma bandhan and karma sambandh. So Baba is giving two different thought process, and both are dependent on your stage. What has happened or whatever happened is good depends on you. This faith can change bad into good because due to your settling your karmic accounts and taking a practical paper from time to time according to the drama, some things will come in front of you in a form which is good. However, at other times, some things would be good, but extreme, but externally they would come in the form of loss. You would refer to this and say it wasn't good that it was like that. Even now, situations will continue to come and they will continue to come in that form, but behind the curtain of loss, benefit is hidden. So, some situation, something may seems like it is a loss, but Baba says behind the curtain, it is actually your profit. It is actually beneficial to you. So the karmatic soul will not get affected with that temporary loss which is seen, but that soul have the thought process that whatever happens is for good, and whatever is seeing as a loss, this is also having some benefit into the future. That can be seen by a karmatic soul because he is practicing. So he'll not get affected with that temporary loss. The external curtain would appear to be one of loss. If you were to be patient for a little while and have a tolerant stage and see everything with introversion, you would be able to see what is hidden behind the external curtain. And even while seeing the apparent form, you wouldn't see it. You are holy swans, are you not? Since those swans can separate stone from jewels, then holy swans would take the hidden benefit. They would find the benefit amid the loss. So they will not see the loss, they will be able to see the benefit which is hidden behind that loss. Do you understand? You quickly get afraid, and so what happens then? Whatever you had thought was good also changes when you get afraid. So do not be afraid. When you see the action, do not become trapped in any bondage. That action. What happened? How did it happen? It shouldn't happen like that. Why does it always happen to me? So these kind of thought process are working when we are getting tied to our actions or bondages. Why does it always happen to me? It is just my fortune that is like that. You continue to tie strings like this. So these are the strings which are actually fixing you or tying you with your karma. These thoughts are strings. This is how you bind yourself in the bondage of karma. West thoughts are the subtle strings of the bondage of karma. A karmatic soul would say, whatever happens is good. I am good, the father is good, and the drama too is good. These thoughts work like scissors to cut any bondages. Once the bondage are cut, you become karmatit. Do you not? Because of being children of the benefactor father, every second of the confluence age is benevolent. Exactly. At every second, your business is to bring benefit. Your service is to bring benefit. The occupation of Brahmins is of world transformers, world benefactors. For souls whose intellects have such faith, every movement is definitely beneficial. Do you understand? There are a lot more definitions in the language for karmatit. Just as the philosophy of karma is deep, so the definition of the karmatit stage is also very great, and it is essential to become karmatit. Without becoming karmatit, you cannot go back with the Father. Who will go back with the Father? Those who are equal. You saw Father Brahma and how he achieved his karmatit stage. To follow him in becoming karmatit means to become worthy to go back with Father. So, if we follow Brahma Baba and we become karmatit, we will go with Father, not like sometimes Baba says in Shiv Ki Barat, you will be with Father, not behind with the other souls. Enough said for today. Just check this much now, and then Baba will tell you more. Acha, to all those who remain stable in the stage of having a right, to those who change any bondage of karma into a relationship of karma, to those who change the suffering of karma into a karma yoga stage and change a crucifix into thorn, to those who bring benefit at every second, to those who experience being close to the karmatic stage Brahma, like Father Brahma, to such special souls, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Om Shanti. So, this was the whole Murli about how to become karmatit. Now we'll take 2 minutes, 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then we'll start sharing our thoughts or the takeaway from today's Murli. Thank you. Om Shanti. Yes, who would like to share their thoughts first?
Shanti Yogita Ben.
Om Shanti Girjaben.
Just 2 days back,
Uh-huh.
Baba gave us in his Murli about the three specialities of a Brahmin in the conference age.
Hmm.
He just said, stay with Baba, serve with Baba, then you can return with Baba. Very beautifully, Baba explained what you mean by staying. So, stay, serve, return. So Baba gave us a beautiful picture because the staying with Baba and serving with Baba is the present. But returning with Baba only depends on the effort of these first two. Then only we can return equally with Man and Shan like Father Brahma. And that
Yes.
time Baba said, I will tell you about karmateet later. And today's
Mm.
Murli, he has
Yeah.
explained about karmateet. As Baba rightly concluded at the end, when he said, so many paribhasha is there. We are telling one paribhasha. If you see, even in the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita speaks about karma yoga more. It speaks
Yeah.
how karma yoga purifies the mind and how it is through that, people realize the dharma of work. So dharma becomes that very important when they do their karma. So there are so many paribhasha if you see for karma, and it's a
Mhm.
deep philosophy. But the glossary which Baba has given us is karma sambandh, karma bandhan, karma bhog, suffering of karma, and karma
Mm.
yoga. And
Mm.
I like the connection which Baba gives here and all. Of course, the one word is dependent. Like they
Mm.
say, no, ये कर्म बंधन का चक्र जो है no, it goes on from one birth after birth. If I and you have a takrav in this birth, next year also it's going to, the chakra is going to follow you wherever I see you. That
Yes.
takrav is going to attract and we are going to do. So that takrav, that subtle string से हमको मुक्त पाना है तो उसको burn करना है through कर्म योग. Karma sambandh is such a beautiful thing. When you have it gives you a unique, beautiful relationship. So the more and more, that's why as and when you were reading, I just put my thoughts in the chat box. What we are reading is very this, but if you go deeper and deeper to think, like suppose I just, oh my God, मैंने ऐसा बोल दिया, मुझे
Yeah.
मालूम नहीं मैंने जीप चला दिया, you know, ऐसा क्यों हुआ? So that is, that karma ka bandhan. So, but so only 2 points Baba says. Karma yoga is like, it's like a scissors. It
Yes.
cuts the bondage. So बहुत कुछ भी शेयर कर सकते हैं, but the whole मुरली I think बाबा सिर्फ हमको कैप्सूल में दिया है. And I would love to read this Murli along with other school of thoughts like the Bhagavad Gita and
Yeah.
others, you will get a nice clarity about why Baba is talking about क्योंकि अब घर जाना है. Om Shanti.
Yes. Thank you, sister, for putting it in a very nice way. Yes, it is very deep and deep philosophy, which is really having a lot of aspects, different perspectives to this karmatic stage. But I also like one more point where Baba mentioned that when you obediently follow to father, or you're practicing things, so you're trying to become, even if it sometimes it feels hard, or it you need to be more attentive, but because you're trying, you're obedient to Baba. Baba is giving you special power in that moment when you're in a situation, when you're facing, it could be your physical illness, that bondage, or it could be some difference of opinion, or some sort of distress with other souls. So Baba gives you special power in that moment, because you're trying, because you're not giving up, or you're not letting your organs overpower you, you're trying. So Baba gives that extra power in that moment when you're in such a situations. So that point also is very important, because uh, anyway we always need a lift from Baba, and Baba is always lifting us, giving his extra sakash. Like Baba sometimes says that in this sangam yug मैं सिर्फ बच्चों के लिए आया हूँ. तो in this मिलियंस कितने 700 750 करोड़ आत्माओं में बाबा इज लुकिंग ओनली टू हिज special selected souls, and Baba is giving special powers specifically when you're in the situation when everything is normal, then it is okay. But when you're in situation, when you're facing, or you're troubling with something and trying hard, then Baba gives you some extra power. That is the additional benefit, or I would say, like Baba said, it's your spiritual injection. So I think this is your double dose, because you're trying on your own, you're using your power, and Baba is giving you his power as well. So I like that point. So whenever we are in situation, we can feel, or we can create this thought that this is the time that Baba is giving me more power, so I should use it wisely. That can be a takeaway for me. Yes. Anyone else?
Just one small question.
Uh-huh.
Baba said, "Aankhon ka kaam hai dekhna." But who is it that enables sight to see? Can you just tell me क्यों ऐसे चीज देखती हूँ जो नहीं देखना चाहिए और बाद में मैं बंधन में फंस जाती हूँ? Can you please say?
Actually, it's not even about seeing. See, sometimes you can avoid things, but sometimes it's if something is literally happening in front of your eyes, which you really can't avoid. The meaning behind Baba saying not to see doesn't mean you close your eyes and sit. With let's say you're in some office or sitting with your colleagues and something is happening, so you can't sit there with your closed eyes. But not getting affected, not creating thought, that means not to see. See doesn't mean you can close eyes and you can just sit there with your eyes closed, or you can just shut your ears. You don't want to hear things. Sometimes people say such foul language they use, we don't want to hear. But that doesn't mean we can close our uh, ears in front of them. We are going to listen things, but we are not getting affected, we are not creating any reaction even in the thought. That means we are using our organs wisely, or we are deciding whether to get affected with this or not to get affected. I think this is what Baba needs to mention here. But if anyone have any other thought for this, please share so we can have more perspective on this. Yes, anyone? This is what I understood from this specific line or from this specific example, but there could some other perspective as well. You can share that, or you can share some other thoughts as well. Yes. Who's next?
Om Shanti. Sister. So,
Om Shanti, brother.
so Baba said this karmadeet does not mean no action or not to perform any action. So very well, Baba said that as long as the body exists, so we all have to perform action. So as long as we are in the body, right? So action
Hmm.
will continue. But what can be practiced is to stay beyond that action without being dependent or any sort of attachment to the fruit of action that we perform. So I think what needs the practice here is to check the mastery over the self. Like when I perform any action, am I making the organs or every organs to act, or am I being controlled by these organs? So the more practice of bodiless, right, that can take us very close to a stage of karma deep, right? Conscious practice of bodiless stage can take us to a stage of karma deep. And of course, I also understand that we also need to settle our karmic account because the more we settle that, the more we come close. But with the power of knowledge and of course with the power of yoga, we can create that stage now. At least we can check how is it going throughout the day. Am I being influenced by the action, or any of the organs is controlling me?
Yes.
These things can be checked, right? So
Yes,
yeah.
right.
So again, the practice of bodiless is what I feel is going to take us to that stage. Yeah, thank
Very
you.
true. Yeah, so I also remember in one of the classes, Gulzar Dadi mentioned that even if you are extremely busy, you when you feel thirsty, you take out 1 minute, 2 minutes to drink the water. So that 2 minute while drinking, you remember Baba. So do this practice whenever you get that 1 minute. You can, sometimes even Baba also said this in Murlis that it is not possible to be into the remembrance all the time when you're in your field of area or working. But whenever you get some small breaks, you can use it wisely while doing actions outside. You can just put a 1 minute break, just like we are doing now, 1 minute after 1 hour. So that can also help. So this thing will help to, this small movements will accumulate, and then that practice will help us to, try or to become bodiless and to get close to this karmatic stage. So yes, that's very nicely said, that bodiless practice actually helps us to become this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that eye example you see, someone who has complete control over the sense organs, right? So they will
Mm-hmm.
control their eyes also. So the soul will decide what needs to be seen, what not, right?
Exactly, exactly. That's
So
true.
again, that's the mastery of the soul becoming a complete self-sovereign there.
Yes, exactly.
Just to add one thing, Yogita Ben, when you
Yeah.
spoke about bodiless, may
Mm-hmm.
I say समझती हूँ, it's a weight loss program. क्योंकि why I need weight loss, no? Why you need bodiless equal to karmateet. Why you want
Mm.
to karmateet equal to अरे घर जाना है वो उसके साथ और वो बहुत लाइट है. So
Mm.
ये पांच thing, people say cholesterol, diabetes, blah blah and all. We have this five kinds of attachment to body, bodily relationship, positions, etc. Negativity. Swamit and Baba today said waste thoughts also. ये
Yes.
सबको निकालना है ये आत्मा से. तो bodiless I feel is weight loss. Like I remember ना जब बच्चा छोटा होता है ना, like my
Mm.
mother used to say, if you want your child to have a sharp nose, every time, that is when the child is just born and you're giving a bath, वो जो nose को है ना ऊपर से नीचे ना
Chicho.
ऐसा
हाँ, हाँ.
I know then she'll say ये nose ऐसा फैला हुआ नहीं रहेगा. Otherwise you
Mm.
will have a child whose nostrils are seen.
Yeah.
So I feel no उसको ऐसा क्या बोलना, I don't know that English, I only know the
Stretch it in a
action.
proper pattern
हाँ,
so that it will
तो
become
कौन है?
point.
तो
Yeah, it
हमको
will
भी
become
ये
point.
ये पांच गंदगी जो है ना हमारे अंदर निकालने पर
You need
एकदम
to stretch
वेट
it
लॉस,
out.
कलर्स क्या जाना है, ये वेट लॉस प्रोग्राम बेल्ट क्या लगाना है. बाबा says gives an equal bodiless. And you spoke about that eyes, I liked it what you said. अरे वो जो भी बोल रहा है बोलने दो, आपका कान में उसको बिठाना नहीं.
Exactly.
अब वहां से निकल सी वो भी गंदगी क्या है. सी व्हेन आई हर्ड दैट गंदा ओनली आई हर्ड इट्स ते मराठीत सांगतात ना, वी यूज्ड टू गिव अ लॉट ऑफ गाली व्हेन वी वर यंग. एकदम गाली म्हणजे गाली.
हाँ,
And
हाँ,
they
हाँ.
so much so no, we became expert in that gali because we put it in our brain. So anytime when there was a fight, that gali used to come out.
Used to come out.
Why? So
Exactly.
now Baba is saying, oh, अंदर ही मत बिठाओ. So as Bijit Bhai said, instead
Mm.
of saying control over the eyes, उसको ऐसे हाँ ये क्या बोल रहा है, अच्छा नहीं नहीं कान मत सुन प्लीज, बाहर जा. ये
Exactly.
भैया में
Exactly. Huh. That's
I
what Baba
think
used to do. Yeah.
हाँ that is better. I think control क्या कर सकते हैं. Oh my God, I don't know how control my
Yeah,
eyes,
because
control
you
my
cannot close your eyes. No, if you're sitting in a
yeah
group and someone is doing
can't.
things, you can't
दे
close your
कॉल
eyes.
ये क्या बैठी है साधु संत, आप ऑफिस में क्यों आते हैं, घर में जाओ, नहीं तो सन्यासी बन के बाहर जाओ, आपको नहीं सुनना है तो बाहर जाओ. दे मेक अस फील दैट. बट
Yeah.
वहां
So
बैठ के भी मांस मच्छर खाते हैं ना उनके साथ भी आप अपना इडली खाओ ऐसा. माई सेंटर सिस्टर यूज्ड टू से, तो क्या
yeah.
कोई मांस मच्छर खाएगा, आप अपना इडली लेके बैठ के बाबा में खाओ, वो मांस मच्छर सब उड़ जाएगा.
Exactly, because this is definitely nothing has to do about how you, क्योंकि it's not about how you react in that moment, it's about how you make yourself detached from that moment. That's important. And this is why Brahma Baba used to what I'm not getting exact word in English. बाबा अपना कचेरी बिठाते थे, कर्मेंद्रियों का कचेरी, कि आज मेरे कान ने क्या क्या सुना, what my ear heard today, what my eyes saw today. Are you okay? Are you doing things not with the physical organs but with those subtle organs as well? Man buddhi sanskar as well. He used to do this every day. He used to write things in his notebook, in his diary, कि आज मेरे कानों ने क्या सुना, आज मेरे हाथों ने कैसे काम किए. So this is something. That's why Baba always says that write a chart, because it will help you that where you were yesterday and where you are today, and where you will, and where you, what is your goal, where you need to go. So this will help, this chart, this kind of kacheri that Baba used to do, this is going to help us to attain that thing. I also remember one funny thing. Ramesh bhai once said to Avyakt Bab Dada, बाबा आपने ना दो दो कान देके बहुत गलती की है. कि बाबा, no, first he said, बाबा आपने बहुत बड़ी गलती की है. And Baba said, what was that? He said, आपने दो कान ऐसी जगह पे लगाए ना, बच्चे गलत बातों के साथ अच्छी बातों को भी दूसरे कान से निकाल देते, क्योंकि सामने है ना, तो एक से सुना दूसरे से So it was a fun. He was just, Ramesh Bhai always used to have fun with Bab Dada, even when Baba was in Sakar and even in Avyakt stage as well. But he said that in a funny mode that Baba आपने दोनों कान ऐसे देखे बहुत बड़ी गलती कर दी. So it was fun.
Yogita Ben,
But
physically see the ears are apart so far. One is this side, one is that side. Eyes are close. See, physically also so well created. That is called as the royal coat. You know
mm,
how I used to do whenever I used to sit and I used to tell the mind, "Oh, mind, you did such a good job today. You never made me lose my calm. Good boy, good boy." I
exactly,
never used to take
appreciation.
kacheri. मैं ऐसे ही बात करती थी. And once I remember for the eyes when I told, why did you give my mind such visions? You know what the eyes said? You were looking at your mobile, you were looking at the reels, and suddenly you looked at something. Did I ask you to see? That kind of conversation with your eyes and ears. That even is nice. I don't know. Writing the chart makes it something official. I'm very,
Yeah, that's like
yeah, very
exact. That's like
official it becomes. I
mm.
love talking like this.
Yeah, everyone have their own way to do. See, our final goal is set. So the way what we use, the way or the different types or different procedures, that can differ from person to person, from soul to soul. But the end goal is we need to become karmatit. That's where we need to reach. Fast, slow, whatever process you need to apply, because Baba has given so many processes, so many options. So you can use anything which is suitable to your personality, or which is easy for you to attain or to acquire. So we can do it by any process. You just need to reach there. That's the bottom line. So okay, anyone else, any other thought apart from these things? Anything which is specifically mentioned in the Murli that you would like to mention or would like to highlight? Any other point?
So I was thinking one thing, I'm sorry.
Yes, brother.
So so we know that, so in this Murli Baba made it a little more clear that who will go with Baba, okay? So people, those who have become karmadit will go with Baba. So people, those who have not become karmadit will stay back and they will go back based on when they become karmadit, or, after, or not becoming karmadit, after all the sufferings. So what is your thought on that?
I think, of course, once the gate is open, everyone is going to go. There's no option. The one who has, this is what I've understood from this Murli. Like Baba sometimes says that who has become Kamatit will go with Baba, and others who are not, because again, there is percentage. It's not that I will never become Kamatit, but every soul has its own stage which is 100%, but that 100% does not mean the real 100% of Brahma Baba stage, because it's like two different batteries of two different volts. One is 10, for example, one is 10 watt and one is 50 watt. So 10 watt, when it is fully charged, it is still 10 watt, and the 50 watt, when it is full charge, it is 50 watt, because they have different powers, different range of powers. So I need to attain my karmatit 100% karmatit stage. It is, that's why Baba said the word number wise, because every soul is number wise, definitely. And even if I'm not attaining my own karmatic stage of 100%, then I'm going to go after having my punishments, I think. It could be like that, because when the gate is open, every soul has to go. There is no staying back, or there is no option that Baba give me 5 days or 5 minutes. I'll do the purshat and I'll become karmatic. It's not like that. So I think when the time is to go, everyone has to go, but the one will go with honor, like Baba says, pass with honor with Bab Dada, and the others who have not attained their own karmatic stages, they'll also go, but after having some punishments, I guess. And that punishment doesn't mean Baba will sit and give you punishment. Your when the soul is completely out of body, it the feel of what I have done when I was in body, that pain is itself a punishment, I guess. So after that punishment, we will go with Baba.
You're right, Yogita Ben. Bijit Bhai, one thing you must remember about the father, it's not only Bijit Bhai or Yogita Ben or Girja Ben. He wants every soul in the world to be there. That's why Baba says it'll be like a swarm. But those
Hmm.
people, as you rightly said, वो रोएंगे जो बन गए कर्मातीत हंस हंस के they'll catch Bab Dada's hand in nothing and they'll be flying. That's the only stage. But they will look also to see that their brothers and sisters who are not come, they also have to come. Because only then Baba, that gate opening and entering Paramdam will be there. That Baba is
Exactly.
very clear. Yes, as Yogita Ben said, that punishment is just a second, but that 1 second will be like for ages for the soul. It's like bleeding of the soul, crying. And see, everything takes place. It's like a TV coming in front, and they are watching all those 8 people of Dharamraj standing over there and checking. Ye theek hai, acha chalo andar chalo, like an
Yes.
immigration. So everyone will go. Everyone will become. But Baba saying, अरे हंस हंस के जाओ यार, क्यों punishment देना यार, क्यों
जाना तो
मुझे
है ही, तो हंस
धर्मराज,
के जाओ.
yeah,
Exactly.
क्यों धर्मराज मुझे बनाता है यार? That he wants you. But we have some
Exactly.
naughty children in the family who don't listen. What they'll do, they'll take a stick, अंदर आओ. इतना देर बाहर क्या खेल रहा है? But he also comes in. Only then it's good night for the family. So that's
Exactly.
the thing we have to do. Options.
That 1 second would be the highest peak of intensity, because when soul is in soul conscious stage, it can feel everything what I have done, and it can understand that. बाबा कहते हैं ना कि complete trusty form रहता है. You're not bond connected to the body, so you can see that what I was doing was completely incorrect, was illegal. So I can feel that pain, and that intensity is so high, like you said, it feels like burning in the hell. So that is the punishment only, nothing else. But yes, we are going to go. Everyone is going to go with Baba. And why think of punishment? Just practice Karmatit stage and go with Baba. That is the best option, I think. So we'll do that only. And now we will close for today. And 2 minutes we'll sit in silence for meditation. And we will work on our Karmatit stage. Om Shanti. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And have a nice day, and have a nice Avyakta Mas for your Purusharth. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Yogita Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Baba.